Hello students, in last lecture we studied about the types of semiconductor. In today's lecture we are going to learn about the Fermi level in semiconductors. First of all we will see the energy band diagram of semiconductor. So we know that in semiconductors band structure is not continuous. It means that valence band and conduction band are separated by forbidden energy gap, and the Fermi level in the semiconductor lies in between valence band and conduction band, that is in the forbidden energy gap. So here you can see that valence band and conduction band are separated by forbidden energy gap, and the Fermi level lies somewhere in between this forbidden energy gap. First of all, we will learn what is Fermi level. Fermi level is a not allowed energy level. In case of semiconductor, it is the reference level with which other energies can be compared. Not allowed energy level means it is the energy level where the electron cannot be present. Fermi level in semiconductor can be defined as the reference level from which the electron and hole excitations seems to occur. So we can also consider it as a reference level from which we can say that the transition of electrons and holes occurs. It can also be defined as the energy that corresponds to center of gravity of conduction electrons and holes weighted according to their energies. We will see the Fermi level position in case of intrinsic semiconductors. In intrinsic semiconductor, we have learnt in types of semiconductor that there are equal number of electrons and holes. Hence, the center of gravity of free electron and holes will obviously lies exactly at the middle of forbidden gap as shown in this diagram. Suppose this is valence band, conduction band separated by this forbidden energy gap. If one electron jump from this valence band to the conduction band, then there will be equal number of holes and electrons in valence band and conduction band. So obviously the center of gravity of free electron and hole will lie exactly at the center of forbidden energy gap, that is exactly at energy Eg by 2. Here we can say that half of the energy of the forbidden energy gap, that is Eg, is consumed by the electron to jump towards the conduction band, while half of its energy, that is Eg by 2, is consumed by the hole to occur in the valence band, and hence we say that this reference level seems like the transition of electron and holes occur here. Now we will see the position of Fermi level in case of n-type semiconductor. In n-type semiconductor, at 0 Kelvin, we know that donor level and valence band are completely filled with electrons while conduction band is empty. But as we know that if we increase the temperature, then electrons from the donor level can easily jump to the conduction band. Thus, the Fermi level in n-type semiconductor lies exactly in the middle of bottom of conduction band and donor level. At lower temperature, some of the donor atom get ionized, means their electrons may jump from donor level to conduction band, since we all know that the gap between the conduction band and donor level is just 0.05 electron volt for silicon and 0.01 electron volt for germanium, and hence beyond this temperature the electrons from valence band are transferred to conduction band, because now what happens that at higher temperature the energy imparted to the electron in the valence band also increases, and hence they are capable to jump from valence band to conduction band. In this diagram, you can see that If we consider at 0 Kelvin, then transition are possible only from the donor level. When the electron jump from the donor level, it leaves behind a positive ion. The transition from valence band to conduction band at such low temperature is not possible because electrons does not have sufficient energy to jump from valence band to conduction band. But as we increase the temperature, you can see that all the atoms in the donor level are now ionized and all the electrons from the donor level jump from donor level to conduction band. But at this temperature, the electrons in the valence band also has sufficient energy to jump from valence band to conduction band. So now the center of gravity in this case moves downward, it crosses the donor level and then it moves towards the intrinsic Fermi level. So at lower you can see that the Fermi level is present in between the bottom of the conduction band and the donor level, since the transition occurs only between donor level and conduction band. But as temperature increases, the transition also takes place from valence band, and hence what happens, this center of gravity moves downward, it crosses the donor level and it moves towards the intrinsic Fermi level, means at the position Eg/2. So if we increase the temperature further, then at higher temperature the Fermi level in n-type semiconductor shift downwards to the intrinsic position, and at this high temperature we can say that extrinsic semiconductor, that is n-type semiconductor, behaves like intrinsic semiconductor. Now we will see the position of Fermi level in p-type semiconductor. In p-type semiconductor at 0 Kelvin, we all know that acceptor level and conduction band are completely empty while valence band is completely filled with electrons. But as temperature increases, electron can easily jump from valence band to acceptor level. Again the reason is same, that because the distance between the valence band and the acceptor level is very small. It's about 0.05 electron volt for silicon. So it becomes very easy for electron to jump from valence band to this acceptor level. Okay. So thus in this case the Fermi level in p-type semiconductor lies exactly in the middle of top of valence band and acceptor level. So here you can see that at lower temperature, means at 0 Kelvin, the transitions can take place only from valence band to the acceptor level. So jumping of the electron from valence band create here the vacancy of electron, that is hole, while when it jump upward it converts the impurity atom into negative ion. So valence band have one positive charge carrier while there is one negative ion in the acceptor level, and hence the center of gravity of this charge carrier, since they are equal in number, is present in between the top of the valence band and the acceptor level. But if we increase the temperature, we can see that all the atoms in the acceptor level are now ionized. Also, the electrons in the valence band have sufficient energy to jump from valence band to conduction band, and hence this Fermi level moves upward, it crosses the acceptor level and it moves towards the intrinsic Fermi level, that is Eg/2. So as temperature increases, we can say that Fermi level in p-type semiconductor shifts upward to the intrinsic position. Also in this case, at higher temperature, p-type semiconductors behaves like intrinsic semiconductors. So in this lecture we learnt about what is Fermi level and where it is situated in case of both intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. And we saw that in intrinsic semiconductor, the Fermi level is present exactly at the middle of the forbidden energy gap. But if we consider n-type and p-type semiconductor, then Fermi level shifts with the temperature. So this is all for now. Thank you.